Hey everybody, it's Eric.
This is Glenda.
We are D&D Miniature and Board Games, and tonight we are going to unbox Queen Bee.
Queen Bee.
Newest delivery from Kickstarter. Stay tuned. Hey everybody. So Queen Bee, recently delivered Kickstarter. Did fairly well.
It did?
Yeah, did.
Okay.
The base game is a 2 to 4, but I've got the deluxe, which is a 5 to 6 expansion built in. I haven't opened it yet, so hopefully the sticker says 5 to 6.
5 to 6. So we can have more people play with us. That's what it is.
Right.
You're right. You're right. The whole gang.
So this game is basically designed that you are playing a queen bee and your hive. There's no real elimination knockout because if you're queen, the whole thing is you're trying to kill the queen bee of the other players. And when you do, those other players become basically part of your colony.
So you're trying to kill their bee, the queen, and then their bees become yours.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
But, you know, it is a 2 to 4 in the base game with a 5-6 chance expansion. It's a game that takes about 15 minutes per player in the game.
Per player?
Yeah, so if you have 3 players, it's a 45-minute game.
Oh.
And it's ages 10 and up.
Oh, okay. 10 and up. Who's this by? By Elixir Games.
I was going to say, don't start that.
Because you did that to me. Elixir Games. Nice.
So, I've taken a chance to look at this online. Normally, you know, a lot of times I go blind on our unboxings. But this one I took a little bit of a chance. Now, apparently you have 2 different colored dice. One is for the warrior bees and queen, and one is for the worker bees. The warriors and the queen are pretty much the same type of power. And then the workers are not as powerful. It gives you your basic game setup. It also tells you like the warriors can't go certain places and the workers can't go certain places. So it explains your turn and your attack procedure. It gives you some advanced rules, what the actual game end is, and then it's got your card descriptions on the back because there's about, I don't know, 80 or 90 cards I think. And then you got quick references.
Cool. No different than anybody else's rulebook, huh?
No.
But I like it. It's pretty.
So, you have the 4-player basic setup. I know I'm having to move this around because, you know, we try and keep it really close in.
Players.
Oh my God, she's impatient, folks.
There you go.
And then you have the 6-player.
Okay, so 6. You got 6 queens.
And apparently there's your honeycomb, your grass, your basic land in between the colonies, your starting point for the queen, and you've got what's called the trenches. So this was the one thing they really prided themselves on was the trays. So each player basically has their own tray for their colony.
This looks like a lunchbox. Yes. Oh, nice.
And as we were talking, you have the wow. This whole thing is an insert.
Yes.
You know how I am about inserts. Yes. The whole thing actually has an insert.
It's useful while you're playing it too.
So
that's your to-go box.
So the dice are.
Wow, the letters are big and numbers.
But that was the one thing they all said too was that the dice were different size.
Which is, what does it stand for?
What was it? The yellow are the workers, and the black is the queen and the warrior. Correct?
The black is the warrior bee, and the worker is the yellow, smaller ones.
And then we have cards. So
you should have 98 cards.
So at the start of the game, every player takes 3 cards. That's what they start out with.
Okay.
And then at the beginning of your turn, you get another card. And they do have, oh, look at that. Quick reference cards.
4 to 6 players.
Which is really funny because I have 5 quick reference cards.
Oh, we're missing out one.
Maybe they only did 5.
Why didn't we have to pledge for the 6 players?
Well, we have the 6 players.
Yeah,
We just have
the 6-player reference card. Just gonna have to share with another colony?
Well, you got the back of the rule book.
That's
Somebody's
not
gonna have the rule
nice.
book in their hand.
Especially if it's Eric, he will not share.
I'm feeling some hate here today.
It's a joke. It's a game.
So some of you guys understand some of these are like move an extra 1 to 3 spaces during your turn. Now there are like apparently there's 3 different types. It's like a special, an attack, and a move.
A special, attack, and a move.
So there's like 3 different, like I said, 3 different types of cards.
Okay.
And I would assume that the purple, the green, and the red signify what type of card they are.
So you have to protect your queen bee and defeat the other queen bees.
I like the artwork on these.
You know what? Not just the artwork, the texture of the card, and you know what? They're so considerate to think, oh, you know what? Make it so readable.
Yeah, because
It
we
is
are some
really-
blind people.
We are born really blind, so it's so readable, and for me, that's very considerate. You know, night, morning, whatever.
Now, also remember too, folks, that this was categorized, if I remember correctly, as a family game. So,
Then and up, so you know.
this is one of those you're meant to be playing and having fun. Not,
Yep.
Not real competitively, you know.
Or real competitively, and the age is real scattered, like 10 and up, so yeah. The whole family's involved. Even the rule book, it's so readable. I admire
Oh, so
this.
these ones I'm doing right now.
Are
These are called Hive Power. And then we have Queen Bee and okay. So these are the Hive Power cards. So you have
Hive
like a
Power.
Free Bee, Care Bee, Buzzy Bee, Borrowed Crown, the Bee's Knees, Swarmy Seas, War Beast, Big Bad Bee, Bugged Bees, Berserker, Bartering Bee, and Scavenger.
okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, you have the. What did you say? Those.
This is the Hive Power cards.
The.
This might be maybe it's in the. Yeah, so I think it's part of the advanced rules. The game includes 12 high power cards.
You can just grab the rule book in front of me, right?
Yeah, because I remembered where it was. And then there's the rest of the Queen Bee cards here.
Okay.
Really nice artwork, though.
Yeah.
Cute. Kind of
Beautiful.
comical in a way.
And again, they stand out so you can see it real well.
And they're very, it's very clear when you read it. Now,
Now, during the game, we're still going to make a mistake. Which color it is.
or, you know, and they do have a description in the book for the card if you don't understand what the card means. Which is kind of nice because a lot of times you play these games and you're reading the card and it makes sense to the people that designed the game, but to the people playing, you're going,
Like,
What?
do you really mean?
what am I doing? Alright, so, last but not least, you guys know we do the miniatures. Now, while we're talking and looking at these, you are seeing 360 degrees. We will do 360 degrees of one set of these, and I will probably pick the one that's going to come out the best on camera, which I'm going to say probably the blue or the green. But, let's take these out of these nice trays here that they come in.
So did they really say they took part in take part in that one?
This is one of
Packaging.
the things that they talked about was the that everything would be in trays. So, and I'm not sure if it's people are going to go and paint their bee armies.
Well, some people they have the time to do that, which I admire. That's pretty good for you guys. You may
And
do
some people who have wives who bug you to paint everything you possibly can.
There's no way that can happen with all this. But just the same, it looks like a good figure. I don't think you're really... I mean, you know what I mean. It's
So-
colored, color-coded.
I like how the worker bees.
Ah!
If you're seeing it right now, while we're talking about certain ones, those are the one I'll spin them. But the worker bee, which we're looking at right now, has this shovel. So it's though it's smaller than the warrior, it's also you can see it pretty clearly because it's got a shovel. That means it's the worker bee.
Sure about that?
I don't know. Well, some of them have. Well, some have shovel. Oh, there's two different designs. They got a shovel and they got a rake or a
Correct.
pitchfork
Looks
or
like
whatever you want
yeah.
to call that. We'll go with pitchfork. It looks like a pitchfork. Now the warriors. Wow, the warriors. The warriors are all over the place here. They got clubs, spears, maces, morning stars. The warriors, they're not even playing. There is not a single mold in the warriors. Well, you know, I guess the workers have actually the workers have actually got 4 different molds also. They got a stop sign like a construction zone, and they got a guy with a little hammer too.
Ah, there is a stop sign.
Yeah. Now the workers are duplicated. Of the 7
Nice.
figures, you get pretty much 4 different molds, with the unique kind of one being the guy with the hammer.
I like this. And it's so colorful.
And then your warrior bees, the guy with the spear is your duplicated, but everybody else is like a different mold. And then you have your queen
They
bee.
didn't really. Oh, okay, it's right here.
There's going to be a lot. You guys are seeing hopefully 360s of all these figures right now.
So, did we get the deluxe, you said?
We got the deluxe. That's what gave us the 5 to 6 player expansion.
That's what it is. This is a deluxe figure.
And then you got the queen bee in all her radiance.
And the stop sign thing too is also a deluxe. Cool. Like that. Like that.
But I do. I like the miniatures. They took a lot of time.
They're pretty. They're pretty.
Huh. But then there's getting them back in. So you kind of have to go with how they did them with the other.
Which Eric can do that later on.
Oh! He goes there. No, he doesn't go there. He goes over here.
You're seriously trying to put them back. Like,
Well, you know, it is me.
some.
They don't go back bad. I mean, the worker bees, it doesn't really matter. But when you get to the other ones, it does kind of look like it matters what they go with.
him. See, he's still trying to put them back together.
They're still trying. It's back, baby.
It's there, but mine is gonna sit here.
So, Queen Bee, ages 10 and up, 2 to 6 player if you have the expansion game. If you have the base game, it's 2 to 4. And 15 minutes per player. So, like we said, if there's 3 people, 3 times 15, 45 minutes for a game. Everything comes in nice inserts, including for the cards and the dice in the box itself. And the insert for the cards and dice, it looks like the cards are designed where if you do sleeve them, it'll all still fit in there. Or it was designed for more cards. Maybe there's an expansion coming in the future. Queen Bee 2. Who knows? Ant Wars.
Who knows? Queen.
The Wasp expansion.
So, Twin Queen? I don't know.
The pollinators.
Hey, Queen 2.0.
As always, everybody, support your local gaming. We support
Discover Games in Fayetteville, Georgia.
Game On, everybody.
Game on.